Alright guys, Lord Senno here. As you know, legendary mantras are now a lot more common, so I want to make a new build to see if I can get Lightning Cloak. I also plan on making this build a Visionshaper because I wanted to try that out. To make the stat points work out, I've had to make this build pretty versatile and put a lot of points into different stats. Before you make a build, you always want to plan out what stats you want to put your points into and assign them accordingly. At max level, you have 327 stat points. So this is the breakdown of my stat page that I want to go. 100 Thunder, obviously for Lightning Cloak, 40 Intelligence for Overflowing Dam, 20 Strength for Spine Cutter, 10 Willpower for Visionshaper, 30 Agility for Static Fake Out and Static Flash Clones, 77 Fortitude for the extra HP, Exoskeleton and Natural Armor Scaling, and 50 Charisma for Visionshaper. We're obviously going to start off the run by doing Trial of 1 because that's the most optimal way to start out always. So when crafting a build, you always want to think of the strengths of your build and why you would want to go for it. In my case, it's because if I get Lightning Cloak, with all my HP and the Vesp Armor and Exoskeleton, I'm going to be really tanky and really hard to kill. And Visionshaper gives iframes with its illusionary counter, so it's going to make that even more difficult basically. This build also plans on running Charisma, so if it does work out, then I'm going to move my 31 HP Allure Star Boots from Pikes and Eki to this account. So I was doing the trial, right, and I noticed something strange. I actually had Gale Breath as my attunement. Now, I'm not going to waste 10 points, so I'm actually just going to wipe myself and then try this again. So after wiping myself like 4 trillion times, I finally got Thundercall, and I really think that's a silly feature that you can only use the magic that you had in your previous life, or you have to pick random, because it just doesn't add anything to the game. Like, what is the point of that feature except to waste players' time? Now that's enough of this nonsense, let's beat this trial. So you may be wondering, how is it that you can actually bring armor into the trial? And the explanation is simple. You basically just bring the items with you, and as soon as the first trial starts and you get the dialogue and it says discard your possessions, that's when you want to equip the armor. And you can get like an extra 30 HP, and it makes this a lot easier. So in terms of stat point allocation, I want to go into Thundercall really early. That way I can maximize the chances that I get Lightning Cloak. If I have more levels, I will have more 3-star mantra options. I'll be honest with you, the Angels are probably the hardest trial. Like, you can easily mess up here and then just lose all your HP. You basically just want to make sure that if you do get hit, you don't want to like do a scared parry because that's going to let them hit you like 3 times in a row. The Thresher is pretty easy, but when I first did the trials, I had no idea how to beat this NPC because I never farm at Hive, so like I've never fought this before except for stat checking it in the depths, so I did have to learn the attack patterns, but once you do that, it becomes much easier. The Stone Knights are pretty hard and like it's probably the most stressful trial because it lasts the longest duration and you always have to be watching out for the kick or the stomp because those ragdoll you and then it gets a free hit onto you. The Alpha Shotco trial is pretty easy. You just have to like watch out for the first wave of orbs, because if those hit, then that can be free like 30% of your HP. So watch out for that. Parry, dodge the kicks, and make sure that you are getting enough hits on Punk and to actually kill him. So we completed the trial first try with incredible ease. I want to be happy, but the problem is I did not get a single legendary card, and I barely got any rares, so I kind of got sold here. I don't know what happened, like I've never been this unlucky before. I'm not gonna restart this trial just because I got bad cards though, that's not gonna happen. I'll just make do with what I have. Now the next order of business is to get back to Etris, which I did by resetting, and to buy training equipment. I decided to farm at Songseeker, so I headed over to Songseeker and got the Chime of Conflict from the NPC, which allows me to do ranked matches. I looked around the area for Songseeker NPCs to farm off, but I literally could not find anything, so I decided to go into arena matches instead. The first match, we get paired up against a wind user who's crying about his ping, and listen, I don't know like what I'm meant to do. Like, it's just so cringe. You don't need to tell me that, man. This next match, we get paired up against a freshie with an Enforcer's X. Pretty funny seeing how the Enforcer's X is meant to come from the Enforcer, which is a level 50 boss. This guy was pretty good. This is like one of the few matches that I came close to losing. I believe I lost 2 matches out of like, what, like 70? And this was pretty close. So this was one of the 2 matches that I lost, and this guy had a stiletto and frost grab, and he would always like feint and then move stack the frost grab, and that would really mess me up. This guy was probably just as good as I am, so no excuses here. He beat me fair and square. The stiletto is just like, it kind of goes crazy, you know? The other match that I lost was to a dude with a crypt blade, and I was a freshie with 0 medium swords, so I don't even count that as a loss. Like, that's just completely unfair matchmaking. Next up, we had a guy with a rapier and a gun. Rapier is pretty weird to fight against. It has a lot of range and it also swings pretty fast. The only downside is that it literally does like no damage and the pen is so tiny. The crit is probably one of the best crits in the game. So I feel like if Rapier had better stats, it would easily be an S tier weapon. So I get 100 Thundercore, right? And I decided to do the Duke quest. And so I'm trying to get the mana key. And I go on my way and I notice that there's a freshie like at the place where Kenneth dies. And I'm like, what would a freshie be doing here? There's a good chance that this is a bank hold. And I attack him because, you know, I'd be wanting that loot, you know? And it was indeed a bank hold. I wanted to see his reaction. He said, bruh. Take that loot. Oh, that's the biggest bag of my life. The loot was like nothing out of the ordinary. It was just like a few weapons, but it was pretty nice. It does feel good to like start off your run with a ton of cash and some nice loot, but I mainly just sold all of these items to the antiquarian because I literally like there's no point of storing this stuff on an island. It's just worthless trash. So like I said, I was on my way to do Duke to uncap my Thundercore, and Mad Robot, my friend, was actually being attacked, so we decided to go fight.
Why does Adrenaline Surge have a cooldown of 5 million years? Wow, he is desperate. Thank you! Oh, he has friends. Or maybe not.
No, it's the runners.
No, he has friends.
Oh, he does. They come to you. Just one guy.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I'm a literal freshie.
Don't worry, that guy's low.
It's true.
He's dead.
Nice.
Go ahead, Ice Lance me. Go. Or not.
He's coming to you.
Oh, forgot! Oh, whatever, I'll get this guy. Wait a minute, I'm low on food. Are they both running?
I think he's low too. Wait, get the ship actually.
There's 3 of them!
3?
Oh,
yo, wait, you trying to jump in?
No, that's Yumi.
Oh, it's Yumi. Yumi, help us!
Why are you just running past
Yumi!
me?
Who do you want to kill?
There's guys in the sea. They're low.
Better go ham on this dude. Who's this? Oh wait, who's with us and who's not?
What's this Sopo person? Is this you?
No,
No,
that's
you
a
went to
round.
attack.
I'm the guy behind him.
Oh, that did keep ours.
He has an inch on. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he has Umberman.
Shut up.
Can I get some help? To chug a potion.
He keeps running.
I'll try to
I'm down. Never mind.
He,
Damn it.
Do you mind if I do people?
You have
I
screwdriver?
have scuba drowning.
What?
I died somehow. Seriously?
dude,
Where did this guy come from?
You guys are like the biggest wussies in all of history.
Nadro, this guy is an inch on his cestus.
No worries.
Oh, I forgot you respawned there. Nice.
Just do the fight back combo.
Nice. You got him.
See? Fight back combo.
What?
Bro.
There's no way. So they pretty much all escaped, which is annoying. We decided to go back to Duke because that was the original plan and uncap my Thundercall. That is a lot of damage.
He said that's a lot of damage. I actually don't understand how someone can lose with Grand Javelin. It's actually possible. Grand Javelin is so busted.
Grand Skewer ruins it though. I'm not gonna hold.
That shit should not be a legendary talent. It's only good in the nerfs. Oh, nice.
It's only, dude. It would be such a better talent if they made it so that if you Grand Javelin someone and it brings them into
Do you want me
a
to
wall,
flourish you, Madro?
Yeah,
It wall
posture makes it.
slams
Posture
Just
makes
go
it.
near. Just go
But
near me.
it doesn't do that. It's so
Providence.
stupid.
It does that. Should be good.
Alright, so we uncapped a Thundercall, and the earlier you do it, the higher the chances are that you actually get Lightning Cloak. So I did it so early that I should be guaranteed to get Lightning Cloak with the new Legendary Mantra buffs. That's gonna be it for this video though. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.